I'd probably typically wait a little bit longer and ask you guys which one you want me to start with. But I'm just going to go ahead and pick. But if you guys in the comments want to choose which one I start with in terms of which paper card do. Now, these three Ancient Mews are the same, so if you want me to start with Ancient Mew deck 1, you would type in the comments, oh, do Ancient Mew deck 1, Ancient Mew 2, Ancient Mew 3, and then of course your other options are Power Keepers Charizard, Dark Charizard, and Legendary Treasures Charizard, because we are starting with the Lugia, because I just got this, but I'm very excited for the Lugia. And then I was already downstairs. I don't have my printer and stuff downstairs. I have it upstairs. So I just went ahead and hand did it. This video will be in 2 parts because I was very sloppy and did a whole bunch of space. So I only fit 10 slots here. Each one of these decks is decks of 20. If deck is the right word. It's how, if you've been on any of my videos for formats, I like to do card sheets of 20 or any submission sheet of 20, because typically as long as I don't adjust it, I've had to make adjustments in the past, but as long as I don't make adjustments and I keep them in sets of 20, I know 5 sets of them with their paperwork is 100 cards. I know 100 cards, once you adjust an ETB, fit very, very well, like nearly perfect in an ETB. We've done videos on that. I'll probably have to do another one because I need to buy at least 2 more ETBs because I only have the 2 empty boxes. So I guess I'll have to eventually rip 2 more ETBs in order to have boxes to conduct these deliveries. Really, I do the ETBs for mail-ins. I don't necessarily have to do them for this because I'd be flying these in. But honestly, the system's so well and it gives me an excuse to buy ETBs. I might as well. I'm not really a fan of ETBs over booster boxes. I prefer full-out 36-pack booster boxes, but in terms of being able to fit cards for submissions, ETBs are perfect. But let's go ahead and get started. Now, again, all these cards are going to CGC. However, I am still grading on the PSA standard. So now this he had labeled as, I believe, LP. A little swirl over there. Really one of the best ones you can get in terms of like additional price on add-ons is getting the swirl right in front of Lugia's mouth. Give you some zoom in. So he had this labeled as LP, which on the front, really nothing wrong. Very minimal scratching and just a small uplift, very minor uplift. The back, I believe, yeah, there was whitening there, and whitening along the edges, and that whitening. Oh, maybe that was it. It was the dent. It's kind of like a dent. Okay, so that part I didn't see. Again, that's kind of the issue with card shows. You don't have usually this blatant white light. I think we'll still actually profit out. I don't think that ding is necessarily the end of the world because, again, you really have to have it right on it. I'm not saying the graders won't see that. Now, that does change things because originally I was feeling 9-ish to 8-ish on this card. Now with that, man. I know PSA, again, I'm supposed to be grading PSA standard. I knew PSA on that would be like a 5. And now, again, I don't know, the vendor probably didn't see it. I'm going to hope they didn't. Yeah, now, $100 for this. If it was LP, great deal. With the ding, I know why he said LP. And honestly, like, again, if you're looking at it, like even in person, you have to really have that white. That's the only time you notice it, when that white light hits it. I'm not going to say that the vendor knew. I don't think they did. Unfortunately, that is just how it is when you're dealing with so many cards at once. Man, I don't want to say PSA 5, but I definitely know they count hard against that. And it has been weird because sometimes they will go straight to a 5. Sometimes they'll only count a ding as long as there's like really no other issues. They'll put you to a 7. I'll say 5 to 7. Really sucks. I was looking for a 9 in that, 8 to 9 in that. Up next is another Japanese card, Vending series. Now, it's kind of funny. I'm starting to see Vending series become more common. I wouldn't say, I mean, common's not. That is a very interesting penny sleeve. Oh wow, that was very interesting. I'll show you when I put it back in. Vending series are becoming more common. Like, you at least do see them now at shows, but like, you don't see them until they're at everyone's table. So I wouldn't say they're common, like, in terms of they're everywhere. I would just say that you do start to actually finally see them. Someone will have them at a show. Really glossy back, which they do say, vending cards are supposed to be very glossy. So this is really weird. It's wouldn't really be considered a full dent. There's definitely like a little wave in the side, but it's really not that much. You got some whitening here. I wouldn't say 9. This would be somewhere where I'm starting to place like just an 8. I'd be 9 on just the whitening, but with this kind of wave, like really hard thumb press in the side, I'd say 8. Wow, they really are glossy cards. Now let me show you what I was talking about. I have never seen, I'll zoom out. You put the card in. I really hope this doesn't throw off my graders that I'm sending these to and they damage them. And then what you do is you tuck this over the card in order to keep the card in place. That is the craziest thing. It's very complicated. I don't know if I would recommend these. I feel as though the penny sleeve does exactly what it needs to do. This apron penny sleeve seems to be overkill. So yeah. Well, come on now. I guess I gotta do that off screen too. Yeah, I hope that doesn't throw off my graders to the point to where they're like, what did he send us? And they start pulling on the card itself. It would have been really cool if they had done Vending series English too. That's only Japanese. Up next is a Scizor I really have never seen before. And granted, I don't think there's really too many Scizor cards, and this one was also here. When I pull it out, you'll see this is from the same. It's definitely interesting. So this is a Scizor Neo Generation card. I don't even know if they made this hollow. It doesn't look like it. I think it was supposed to be some sort of promo card, because there's no rarity symbol, and then there's some extra text here at the bottom. So not a Scizor card that I'm used to by any means, and plus it's got that extra, it's got a lot of extra gloss to it, which typically these gloss cards that are Japanese, it means they came from either a vending machine or a magazine. And that's not whitening, that's just glare off of it. Honestly, I can see this tinning. So, but what I'm going to do, I'm gonna write the type is Neo Promo, because that is a very weird card. I'm not gonna put this back into its apron sleeve, if that's what you officially call it. I'm gonna write no rarity just in case I don't miss that as well. I'm gonna put this just in a standard penny sleeve, because this one, well, I mean, I guess it won at 10, at least PSA standard. It is not centered, so I'll renege that and write 9 to 10, but I can still see it tinning. I'm putting it in a standard penny sleeve, simply because, no, write 9 to 10. Simply because, let me just grab the rest of my standard penny sleeves. But it's simply because I just don't want the graders being super confused and tugging on the cards, because that could damage them. And a few of these really are folded up with these apron sleeves. I think I'll use these apron sleeves as giveaways. Like I'll use them when I do giveaway cards. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull that Growlithe. I'm already on it. I'm gonna pull that Growlithe out of its apron sleeve and change it to a penny sleeve. I think these apron sleeves are great sleeves, like for anything that you really, really wanted to keep special. But for grading purposes and sending stuff in, and really still just in general purposes, if you're penny sleeving with a top loader, you don't need any really special sleeve. So, oh, you know what? I thought this was Poliwrath. This is Poliwhirl. I don't know which raises the question, do they even make a vending version of Poliwrath? They probably do. I don't know. I mean, vending cards, oh, dang. So this I must have missed. This I must have just completely looked over. So I don't know if I'm gonna even bother getting this one graded. It's unfortunate because I was excited. I think this is one that I just took a quick look at the front. I was like, oh, good. And then look at the back. Oh, good. And this is, yeah, this card's eaten up. PSA, that'd be about a 5. And you know what? I'm still gonna send it, actually. Why not? Might as well just risk it for the biscuit and send it to end it. So that is Poliwhirl, Vending, PSA 5, Japanese. And I know some of you are losing your mind that I would still get that card graded. And it's just what I really prefer. I like to... Is this also no rarity? No, it's got a rarity. I really just like getting things graded, even though I don't really keep them around. All right, another vending card. I think it's the last for this stack of 20. Again, this will be a 2-part video. That's why we're not really in a hurry, because it's gonna be two parts of 10. Same stack, just front in the beginning of the 20. Yeah. I really need to start bringing a flashlight with me. If it's not evident, you can see where the circle of light becomes right there, how it becomes this kind of line of light because it's being caught by a bend in the card. I don't want to have to be that guy at shows and when I do card deals, but we're at the point to where, because when I looked at it, I was like, oh, there's some whitening, okay, whatever. But I don't want to have to, there it is. Way more evident on the back, the crease. And this is probably one of those creases that is probably even repairable at home. But to each their own. I really don't care. But yeah, PSA, this would be a PSA 5. It's really unfortunate, that crease. But I mean, oh well. I really didn't pay too much at all for these, so it's really not a huge deal, to be honest. I just was really, when I took them in, I was expecting like no less than 7s in all of them, and maybe was that Rhydon or Rhyhorn? Yeah, that's Rhydon. Number 112. I was really kind of just expecting no less than 7s and maybe 1 6. But to get to expect 5s, that's pretty rough. Now, those cards I knew where I got. This, oh, hey, I remember where I got this Gyarados. I just dealt with this Gyarados in a trade. So base set Gyarados. Some scratching in the front. Nothing crazy. Yeah, really nothing crazy. Let's hope the back is good. This I'd take a closer look at. Slight, but it's very, very minute. Honestly, that could 7. Really, yeah. Could 7. And honestly, could 8. I think just guessing a flat 7's probably the best way to go. So that is what I will do. I am going to guess a flat 7. I have to recheck my spelling on Gyarados. I almost always get spelling Gyarados wrong. 7. Not great, not a fantastic start. This card I thought was cool, and I got for like 20 cents. I have no idea if I overpaid. Obviously, if I did, it would have been a minuscule amount. Of course, there's a ding. Yeah, unfortunately, with what I'm seeing over and over, I think I'm really going to start harping hard on all of my buys and trades. I mean, I'm going to, you can see it through the card too. It's a very significant ding. If it wasn't for the ding, I would say 9, possibly 10. With the ding though, oh man, that's probably another 5. Oh man, honestly, still gonna grade it. It's not gonna stop me. It's just upsetting. Really cool Abra. A very new card, 2023. I say very new. It was still 3 years ago. Wild to say. but nevertheless. And I'm not certain what to put. I guess reverse hollow, although also the card is hollow, so hollow rev. Dang, I really wanted to put a 9 to 10 for that one. Oh, that makes me nervous for this Arcanine. Is this Arcanine trash? Or is it a blast? Let's see. Looks like there's a dent. Or, oh, this is just grime. That's grime right in the front. Corner stuff. It's off center. Some whitening. Some corner stuff. Probably a 7 with an OC. I'll try and get an OC. Try and get an OC identifier on that. That's a Victor's Arcanine. So OC note on there. Okay, 2 more. Oh, yeah, this one should be clean. God, it better be, especially since it's non-hollow. Oh, it's another apron card. Give me a second. Hold on. So this is a This is a Japanese Electabuzz. I believe it's a promo. Yeah, there's no rarity symbol, but I'll make a note and do some research. Very clean front. If it's as clean as back, this should 10. Oh, just the ittiest bittiest of whitening. Honestly, I think it might still 10. I really do. I don't think that will 9. I was hoping to put 10 plus, possible pristine 10, but I just don't think. All right, promo question mark Electabuzz. A lot of people don't know why Electabuzz is so significant. Electabuzz was like one of the first to put the smackdown on Pikachu, like in the show. So yeah, Electabuzz was very significant to the story. Oh, another bib apron. This Starmie, I think what was interesting about this Starmie, it's not the only card to be this way, but this is one of the first cards where they started to do different elementals for the Pokemon. So that's what's significant about this Starmie. It's not the only one. Poliwrath, they made Earth type and Neo. So they did it for a few. They didn't do it for a whole bunch. And people really thought it was a misprint, but that was the intent. Honestly, real quick look, that's a 10 Starmie. And this card is a 10, granted, way better first edition. But this card is a 10. It actually, it takes home some money. So I'll end it there. Let me capture the sheet for my purposes as well. So some of these being 10s is going to make up for the fact that we weren't consistently 8s and 9s. Took a bit more 5s than I expected or wanted. We have 10 more cards to go. I think we'll still be good. A 5 to 7 on that Lugia is probably the main kind of like oof. The Abra, I originally really wasn't expecting a 9 to 10 when I was picking up that card. The 9 to 10 on that Scizor, I think is going to be big. A 10 on that Starmie would actually be pretty decent. And that 10 on Electabuzz would be good. So I think we'll have some things that make up for it. But, man, that was... The things that I got 5s on, or what I'm expecting 5s on, just is not going to help. 5 on that Abra really was no big deal. I think only if that Abra was a 10 would it really make any difference. But a 5 on that Vending Rhydon, on the Poliwrath, and a possible 5 on that Lugia is all some bull hockey. But that's the reality of it. And, you know, I guess really pay attention. Thanks. Wait for part 2.